Every December, he looked back and realized he had ended up exactly where he started. The same goals, the same promises, with zero results. Living in this stagnant loop is exhausting. He spent months waiting for a random surge of energy or a perfect Monday to finally kickstart his life, convinced that progress required him to feel inspired first. On a cold January morning, he read a simple statement: "Practice a habit for 21 days and it begins to become a part of you." The appeal of this time frame was the boundary. It didn't ask him to commit to a permanent, daunting change. It was a closed experiment, just 3 weeks. Arjun realized that his list of goals would remain background noise until he picked a specific, bounded date to actually begin the work. He set 3 non-negotiable rules: wake up at 5 a.m., exercise for 30 minutes, and study for 1 hour. Every single day with no excuses. On day 1, the alarm was a physical shock. His brain immediately offered a very rational argument to just start tomorrow instead. He ignored the voice, he threw off the covers, and forced his body upright. The workout was agonizing, and the study session felt like a chore, but he completed both and marked a heavy red X on his calendar. 1 day done, 20 to go. The first step of his transition was simply surviving that initial collision between his ambitions and the physical discomfort required to reach them. By day 5, the initial excitement had vanished. A cold rain was pouring outside, and his bed felt warmer than it ever had before. This is where most goals are abandoned. We often operate under the assumption that long-term progress relies on a constant supply of enthusiasm. Arjun chose to view discipline as a mechanical process. It was the physical act of moving despite the environment and his own desire to stop. He kept the streak alive. By day 10, the morning ritual began to feel different. His eyes started opening a few minutes before the alarm sounded. The mental negotiations in his head grew quieter. The actions were still difficult, but the climb now felt familiar. Sustained repetition was lowering the cognitive effort required to start. He was turning a painful anomaly into an expected routine. On day 14, friends invited him out late. They laughed at his early bedtime, arguing that a single day off wouldn't matter. Arjun viewed it differently. Every completed habit adds a weight to an internal scale, a vote for who you intend to become. Yet by day 18, he saw zero external progress. Muscles weren't larger, grades hadn't shifted. His life looked exactly the same. This lack of outward feedback is where the frustration peaks. But beneath that surface, a psychological shift was taking place. The version of him that relied on motivation to function was disappearing. A disciplined person was taking his place. The most critical phase of identity change happens here, precisely when the work is hardest and the rewards remain invisible. On the morning of day 21, Arjun was standing before the alarm finished its first ring. There was no battle and no negotiation. He completed his workout and opened his books. The entire sequence felt natural. He had reached the end of the challenge. However, modern research suggests a different timeline. While the 21-day idea is popular, studies show most have days or more of consistent action. A 21-day challenge serves as a proof of concept. It provides enough time to demonstrate to yourself that you are capable of following through on a promise. The first 3 weeks function as a test. They force you to decide whether your commitment to a new identity is stronger than your desire for comfort. The most significant change occurs in your identity. You start seeing yourself as someone who actually honors the word they gave themselves. This internal consistency eventually compounds. Days construct months, months construct years, and only after years of repetition do the visible results finally arrive. Instead of chasing motivation or obsessing over outcomes, the goal is simply to show up today, then tomorrow, then the next day. Significant outcomes are built on small, ordinary choices repeated thousands of times, and that entire process begins with the decision to face day 1.